Marnie's here, let's start your day. Fabulously flawed, we're lighting the way. Monday to Friday, new episodes with laughter and love. Let's start the show. We're shaking things up. Don't let anyone dull your sparkle. Motivation, inspiration, and fun. Fabulously flawed, everyone. So shine a little brighter. Grab your smile and sing along. The show's about to start with Marnie, your host. You can't go wrong.
Fabulously Flawed friends, welcome to Fabulously Flawed. I am your host Marni, and welcome to my Tuesday episodes. I love to give Tuesday tips, and today we're going to be talking about peace, inner peace. We're talking inner peace. So many of us walking around with our insides in a clusterfuck. Some of us are aware of why we are and we work to modify it. And there are other people that have no idea, but they're just walking around with these emotional overload, and their pressure is going to pop any moment. And what I'm hoping to do is give some tips that you can have inner peace to not let you get to that place or that point of your pressure cooker popping. Because my pressure cooker has popped so many times that I'm like out of pressure cookers, okay? And learning to have peace in my life has been a game changer. Now, that doesn't mean everything's perfect by any stretch of the means. But what it does mean is I don't let any situation that's out of my control affect my day-to-day feelings like I used to. In fact, I don't even recognize who I used to be. And it's weird that I'm talking about myself, but sometimes I want to talk about it like third person. It's just, I am so unrecognizable to who I used to be, which I think is a wonderful testament to resilience for anyone listening to keep going, because I talk about so much crap that I have gone through and have overcome, and being here happy and saying I don't recognize who I was is such a testament to growth and breakthroughs and healing, and just being able to advocate with all of my heart for mental health, which I never thought I would do. I was so private. I mean, I would show what I wanted to show in life, but nobody ever knew I had any struggles or anything until I made a video in 2019. I mean, nobody talks about mental health today, let alone then. And I was like, hey, I just want you guys to know I have anxiety, depression, ADHD, OCD. I was recently diagnosed. So chill the fuck out on me. Don't be so judgy and blah, blah, blah. And it opened up to where I am today. And it's really, really remarkable how my passion became my purpose. And I know by me talking, one person has been helped. One person has been healed. So when you are able to find your peace and live in a place of putting yourself in that protective bubble, you're able to give more of yourself. You let go of the resentment and anger so you can bring in the positivity. So by me releasing it, I'm able to have all this positivity and share it with all of you, my fabulous friends. So today, I wanted to just give some tips for inner peace that has helped me tremendously. I definitely stop doing certain things. Number one, arguing with people. I don't care if somebody tells you it's raining lollipops, tennis balls, and markers and crayons from the sky. Okay. I mean, most of the time we were like, what are you talking about? Look outside. I'm telling you, there's lollipops coming. What is wrong with you? And you waste this energy trying to prove a point. So if somebody just says to you, okay, whatever, and I saw this once at a doctor's office, and this woman was way ahead of her time. This is maybe 10 years ago. And she was just behind the desk, the little window, and she was clicking, click, 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 click. And another nurse came up to her and said, you scheduled 3 people at this time. Please don't. And she goes, okay. And the lady goes, well, you messed up. And the lady was like, okay, well, please don't let that happen again. She's like, noted. And she kept clicking, and she didn't let herself get bothered by the bitchy other nurse. And I was just, wow, you go, girl. I mean, so just, there's no need to argue with people to prove a point. There's no need to, if you were told you're always wrong, you're always wrong. So for some reason, you have to get the last word and prove. What does it get you? Does it pay your bills? It doesn't. So instead of using energy sometimes to argue and prove a point, just, okay, noted, and walk away. It's not worth it. Another thing is overcommitting. I think when you don't have the energy, it's always, comes back to people pleasing and having boundaries. And if your plate is already full of food and you're at the buffet, you don't have any more room to put the food. So don't do that with your life, to overcommit to things just because you don't want anyone to be disappointed with you. You cannot say, okay, I will be there for the PTA meeting. I will be there to bring the snacks for the baseball team. I will coach cheerleading, and then I will be able to make dinner for everybody on Sunday night. Okay, I'm exhausted just hearing that, but I used to overcommit and say yes to everything, and then it was time to have to come through with what I was going to do, and then I would probably avoid the person or just avoid altogether talking, or I would never be able to own up and say, you know what, I overcommitted. I am so sorry. I'm not able to do that, which is effortless today. But back then I probably blocked them, was afraid to face them, and just did things. Or if I did it, it was filled with resentment. It was filled with anger because I didn't say no. But it's so easy, the way it just flew out of my mouth, to just say, no, I'm not able to do it right now. And oh gosh, also, and the one thing that I think my family did for me, not my children, but the extended family, to steal my joy by not having, they think they took me out of their life, the fancy schmancy mean aunt I had, and the uncle and the cousins I used to be around, where I wasn't allowed to talk, if it was an argumentative tone, if you didn't look good, if this and this. And how can you be happy sitting there that if you cough the wrong way, you're going to be looked at and with that look of like, shut up with their face, to tell you to stop talking? That's how I grew up in my 20s and part of my 30s. And it was just being around family members who steal your joy, no matter who it is, the dysfunction in them, the ones that don't take accountability. I talk about putting the fun in dysfunction, but I talk about being dysfunctionate, the ones that won't take accountability. And I talk about this too, and I've said holding on to people that you've known forever, but you've outgrown them. So if you've known your friends since kindergarten, first grade, middle school, and you're like, oh, I have to invite them. I mean, it's, who can I say? It's Anne. I don't know. How can I not invite her? I've known her forever. You don't have to. It's okay that people grow apart. We're human. We all are evolving. I'm not who I was a week ago. I'm not who I am in a month from now. So who we are right now and who is in our life at this moment, that's what's the joy, not people that we feel beholden to because we've known them. That doesn't fit into my world today. So don't try to put a circle in a square peg. Is that how it goes? I think that's how it goes. Okay, and another thing that can ruin your peace, that ruined mine over and over, is the overthinking about my past. There is nothing that will ruin your mind more than overthinking. If you're overthinking the past, it's done. And I am so sorry. I am sure it hurt you. But the more we sit and drudge over, well, this happened to me, this happened to me, and this happened to me. It's like I finally had to say to myself, Marni, I get it. Cry me a river, but now I have to pick myself up. I cannot control how I got here, but I can control what I do here now that I got here. And it's something that we have to choose not to overthink about anything or project thinking about things that are out of our control. 99% of the time, it doesn't come to fruition and we waste all that energy. So I use this example periodically. I can put out this episode Can I control who listens? No. Can I control your reactions? No. Can I control who writes in? No. But I can control when I put it out, what platforms I put it out, and just doing this for the sole purpose of me, because this is my passion. There is no ulterior motive. There is nobody I'm trying to compete with. And it's just, I don't know, life becomes just so much more peaceful when you do things for yourself, from your soul, away from ego, which I talked about last week, and just getting rid of all the darkness. And I have a list of like 15 more, but I am going to do that maybe on tomorrow's episode for some words of wisdom. I like to keep my episodes at 10 minutes. I've been going like 12 minutes, but it makes, I think, the listening pleasure much easier when they are not too long, because I tend to wander off. And if you've been listening for a while, you have navigated my stories with me like a maze. So thank you. And on that note, guys, have a terrific Tuesday. Check me out on YouTube, Fabulously Flawed. Check out my shop, Marni Inspires, on my TikTok shop. I love another one of my sayings that I have on wall art: be a stiletto in a world of flats. A stiletto in a world of flats, duh. I don't think I've ever been a flat. I've never been a Cheerio. I've always been the Fruit Loop in the Cheerios, and I've never been a flat. I've always been the stiletto. Stand out. Don't be like everybody else. That's boring. Be who you are, and then people will be brave enough to be themselves. And remember, don't let anyone burst your bubble. Don't let anyone burst your peace bubble. And never, ever, 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 ever let anyone dull your sparkle. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a terrific Tuesday.
Thanks so much for joining us on this episode of Fabulously Flawed. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. That helps others find the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Once again, we're so glad you're here, and we hope you'll come back Monday through Friday for another serving of empowerment, motivation, and inspiration. We'll catch you next time on Fabulously Flawed.